So we've had a couple of weeks to play Marching Fire and see what the perk system has to offer. And we got exactly what we expected, and that's not really a bad thing. Yubi told us that the perks would hardly affect our matches at all and would be these small boosts, and that's exactly what they are. They're just small boosts. And sometimes I may sort of miss gear stats, but I believe wholeheartedly that the perks are way better for the game. And I completely understand why a lot of people miss the gear stats. They made you feel more powerful with defense stats and attack buffs and revenge builds and all that, and sort of made leveling a hero worthwhile. The downside to this was that if you wanted to start working on a new hero, you were always at a disadvantage to anyone with better stats. Whereas with perks, everyone's equal. Even if someone has high rated gear than you, it basically means nothing during your encounter. Revenge builds were really bad for fours, let's be honest here. If someone could block like 4 attacks, they'd have revenge. It was ridiculous. Even in 1v1 fights, it was easy to get revenge. Which, I mean, even now it's still pretty easy to get revenge in fours, but it was worse with gear stats. Personally, I'd be really happy if they removed the ability to even earn revenge in a 1v1 fight, or like cap it at half until someone makes it a 2v1. I can't tell you the amount of times, even in Marching Fire, that I've been beating someone in a 1v1 and they get revenge at the very last second. Now, although I think they're better for the game, I don't think that they're perfect. I think there are 3 problems facing perks and are the reasons people don't really like them. The combinations confuse people. There's no bonuses for going over 600 points, and certain heroes get pretty bad perks, while others have good ones. I think Yubi really needs to make it much more clear what combinations are, because if you're like me and just don't care about most of the perks your hero has, then you just wear whatever armor you think looks the best and go about your day, since I'm not going to sit in my menu all day scrolling and combing through my gear trying to activate multiple perks. I'd also love to see maybe a boost if you focus heavily on one perk. So say I put 1,000 points onto Radiant Rebound. Then rather than a 20% speed boost, I get a 30% speed boost to sort of have a speed build. Or if I put 1,000 points into Remedy, I'll get 15 health per execution rather than 10. I know it's not much, but it will help people who main a hero who only has one perk they like. Another thing I'd like to see is if all the heroes had access to all the perks. The bonuses are so minor anyways, so why not allow everyone to use what they want? Sure, this would mean that people would mainly grind for hours to try and get the better perks, but it will really help players who are like me and don't like their heroes' perks. The downside to this would be that having so many perks to be randomly assigned to gear would be very annoying, especially with limited gear slots, and it would really take ages to get the exact perk combo you want. But I just don't think that anyone should be restricted, especially when it comes to these tiny bonuses. And in terms of them confusing people, at first I was a little confused, but after looking over it for a little bit, it's not that bad. At most, as I said, it's just combing over your gear to figure out what the best combinations are. Overall, I really don't mind them. I mean, they don't really affect the game at all. They don't punish you for wanting to use a new hero, and they do less than a tier 1 perk. Now, the way they went about transferring all the gear stats over to the perks was a little iffy, and now there's tons of people who have had to spend tons of steel to get the exact gear they want. They have to spend steel to change the way it looks, and they have to spend steel to upgrade it. And I feel a little bad to those of you who spent thousands of steel to refine your gear and whatnot, because that's expensive, and now you'll probably have to do it all over again to get the best perk combo for your hero, and that again costs a lot of steel. Their benefits are so minor, I really don't understand why it costs so much to upgrade them. I understood sorta with the gear stats, because the gear stats had a pretty noticeable effect. The damage reduction, stamina reduction, the attack ones, and the revenge ones, so I get why they cost so much, but these tiny little bonuses shouldn't cost too much at all. And to those of you who say that Yubi needs to make money somehow, I get that microtransactions are so important nowadays, otherwise effects wouldn't be split up into 4 sections costing $5 a piece, executions wouldn't cost $7 a piece, mythic outfits wouldn't cost $15, and the masks wouldn't cost $20. And I'm saying it that way because 1,000 steel is worth about $1. If UB didn't care about people buying steel packs, they wouldn't make steel games so low. Any chance this game gets, it'll charge you steel. And I mean, I've just accepted it at this point, but I don't like when people say that UB needs to make money somehow, like it's some sort of free-to-play game. They sold us a $60 game, and they just sold us a $30 expansion. Anyway, the perks are a cool idea. Personally, I would have preferred them to just have a little bit more of an effect on a match, or just have more available per hero, or even have a few hero-specific perks so that everyone has a unique passive or something. Anyways, that's all I've got for this video. I've been seeing more and more comments about perks and asking me to talk about them, so I figured I may as well make a short video about my opinion on them, since I've just been ignoring them for a while. I do want to hear what you guys think though, so talk to me down in the comments about the new perk system. Do you like it? Do you dislike it? Or are you like me and just really don't care about it? And as usual, if you like the video, feel free to leave a like on the video, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.